Channel 17. You already know the biz. It's your girl Chelsea represent. And until then, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, Chelsea Parker's case is full of irony. She was a well-known, non-violent activist shot in the city she loved. And turns out the city's high crime rate is exactly why all these months later, there's still no one being held responsible for her death. And her family is beyond frustrated.
Tashia Parker, aka Chelsea Parker, was 41 years old and lived in Memphis, Tennessee. She went to Southside High School in Memphis as a teenager and later studied at the University of Memphis. Per her Facebook profile, she was an award-winning film director, editor, writer, and more. She was also a peace activist who had worked as an anti-gun violence campaigner. Chelsea was very smart, full of life, and loved sharing memories with family and friends on her social media pages. Never did she imagine that while out having fun on the town with her boyfriend and friends, the uneventful would happen. On March 18, 2018, at approximately 3:25 a.m., officers will receive calls and respond to a shooting at the Purple Haze nightclub at 140 George W. Lee. At least 4 to 5 victims would be injured with GSWs, and at least 4 ambulances were called to the scene. That's initially would be what was reported to the police. Later, it would be said that 4 victims would be escorted to the hospital. 1 victim would be in critical condition, per the Memphis Police Department in a tweet that was sent out. 4 victims would be taken to Regional 1 Hospital and another to Methodist Hospital. Chelsea would pass away on April the 2nd at the Regional Medical Center after sustaining a GSW to her stomach on March the 18th. It was then noted that Chelsea was also in the company of her boyfriend at the time. Afterwards, after the police get there and comb the scene, it would later come out that a total of 9 people was injured that night. 4 people having GSWs, 2 being Chelsea and her boyfriend, and another 5 injured during the commotion at the club. However, her boyfriend will recover. After at least over a year, Alan Neal, age 27 of West Memphis, will be indicted by a grand jury for second-degree murder charges. Investigators said Neal exchanged GS with another man that fateful night at the Purple Haze nightclub on 2nd Street. The district attorney's office said that ballistics showed the bullets came from Neal's weapon. And initially, Chelsea's boyfriend, Frank Tuggle, 43 of Memphis, would be charged with aggravated assault as they were aiming and causing a commotion, per witnesses. Frank Tuggle, Chelsea's boyfriend, one of the men charged, suffered a critical wound to his leg at the time of the occurrence. Tuggle arrested shortly after the incident, but charges were later dropped. He denied he fired a weapon. He states that other people were firing weapons, but he was not one. He regrets that his last view of Chelsea is with a wound to her back. He says that Neal reloaded his weapon after he gave out ammunition and fired more. The Purple Haze nightclub would be later shut down indefinitely, as reported at that time. Witnesses would later come forth and identify Jeremy Beck, age 32, as another suspect and pick him out of a photo lineup. Police received a tip, and after a 2-day manhunt, Jeremy would be located off a tip at a house on Looney Avenue in North Memphis, hiding in a crawl space in the home along with thousands of dollars in a loaded AR-15. He would face charges of attempted second-degree in aggravated assault and possessing a weapon by a convicted felon. This was all that I can find related to this information at that time. Sometimes it takes years for them to come back and fully convict somebody of the crimes they committed. I feel very bad for Miss Choosy. She seemed like she had her whole world ahead of her. It's just so sad this keep happening. Y'all be safe and be careful when y'all out here in these streets. My grandma used to always say nighttime is the devil's playground. And as a woman, she would tell us to make sure we're in the house by dark. I still live to those standards this day. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.